feel like, wait, I'm fine getting rid of some of the front row, like, or even this second row. Why don't we do the back? Wait, here, just you take the phone. I'm gonna join in and see how.
No, real. Yeah, we're a little much.
Guys, the live stream is on, so just so you know.
It's working?
Yeah.
Yay! And now this is something that just goes into all the
Hey guys, can we just listen for a second? I'm gonna be honest. Hey, turn around. This is a little bit chaotic. I just want to make sure we're in our zone. I just want to make sure we're like on our game. I know second show. I just like I'm getting a little. Let's just like.
Yeah, I think guys, you expend all your energy now.
Yeah, just be careful. No, be careful, but just the cats out there. Okay. The house is gonna open in 3 minutes. We're gonna go in there. You're gonna do a nice little squeeze situation with audio, and then we're gonna do exactly. Can someone remind me what we're doing after the show ends?
We are getting leaving.
Getting your stuff and leaving.
You're going out that way. You're coming. You're coming directly back in. You're coming directly back in. Getting your stuff and
we're using that the back corner. I guess we should so that we can avoid audience.
good. You're not gonna talk to anyone until you're out of here. Yes.
Preferably,
Look, if I got on camera.
wait, Lauren.
Let me sit in
Guys, for any reason to feel urgent, they will kick us out of this room if the show is.
Because I think this is gonna get. I think we should just put it in the front. That would get rid of.
Yeah, and I'd be fine like putting it like as far as it can go.
Like, so these two.
As far as it can go. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. No, you're fine.
Oh wait. I think let's try it.
We'll just see how far we can get it.
Okay. Well, I think Lucas's fear is that like people can't sit in these seats if it's back here or if it's over there. Like he was like, what if we? Just
I don't care about these seats. 'Cause
Okay.
They're not going to be able to.
You're right.
They're not going to be able to be seen. So.
No, you're right.
Because it's so close to the piano. Oh, can we untangle?
Yeah, let's untangle that.
Oh, and also use the big block. It'll charge better.
Okay, work.
This is. Oh, this was my charger. I was like, "Where's my charger?" It's already plugged into my computer. Okay, so I'm just gonna see how far it's. Cool. Okay, so it'll be this chair then, which is like not ideal, but fine. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, then no, that's fine. And then.
Oh yeah.
Other way. Well, it worked. It's flipped. It's fine. Yeah, but that's gonna. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. That work?
Yeah. So you need to be angled up, or is it?
Yeah, it's fine. Like it's gonna cut off some people's heads, but I feel like there's nothing we can do about it.
There's nothing we can do. I can try to angle it up more.
Yeah, actually, you'll be sitting here, so you can just watch it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, we should start charging people. All right, we're gonna open the house, guys. We're gonna open the house, okay? Okay. Here we go, y'all. I didn't know this was even a thing. I'm kind of happy about it. Yeah. Hello. If you guys have your QR code up, or you can just give me your name and I'll check. Did you buy one for the? You might have bought one for the earlier. No, for the 620.
What is it?
Okay, it says invalid, but you're fine. Okay, thank you. Hello. Hi, Nancy. They all say invalid. Oh, I want to go with it. Yep.
Are you the first one in overachiever?
No, yeah.
Natalie sat right there. And, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think she ever looked at the stage. I don't think she ever looked at the stage. It was really funny. And like once in a while I'd go like, and she'd look at me.
I already have one.
I'm being.
Who has a name?
You don't want to sit in the front this time, right?
Look it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so. It's day 2, so it's crazy because I'm not 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very that's not like I'm driving to the so not my thing. Yeah. But that's temporary. So it's like 3 seconds. I'm on my second step. Yeah. One more weekend and then 4 hours of training.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have a so I'm kind of eager just to
Yeah.
to be honest, but it's all good. No, but it's fun. People very nice. Very like they keep saying, I'm still on Powerless. I guess. Wow. They keep telling people, it's volunteering, okay? It's very encouraging. That's kind of the similar vibe to my job. Oh, really? Brain overload. Yeah. I was watching.
I thought that was nice.
But you're not.
We're gonna have you have it.
But I guess it's fun.
Oh, she said.
Really? I do.
No, wait, you're looking for. No, where? Yeah.
Will. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Alright.
And then
He probably just told me not to.
Videoing anyway.
we're live streaming.
Okay, but not sharing.
No, I mean, as long as you can say who wrote the show and like what it is, and then
Yeah, thank you. I think it's actually, it's probably, we're filming it, but you might, I always have a podcast because my dad does this and he watches it.
Yeah.
Watching in real life.
Welcome,
But
welcome.
yeah, hey guys.
All right.
hello.
So he'll probably, I know what.
But no, you're fine.
I don't know. Go wherever, dude.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna finish the show.
We're gonna have a.
Yeah, I might have to.
See Wilson.
It was so yeah, we got some like their energy. Yeah, we can talk more later. I was like, no.
Yes, yes.
I just ate the
We just,
spicy meat. It's vegetarian. I don't even know what it is. But
the
it's
first time.
so do I. This is everything there. It's like whatever comes out. Whatever they call it. Yeah, so.
She's vegetarian.
Oh.
So that would be good. Yeah, like.
Do you know what it is? It's like right behind the door.
And it's beautiful. It's like really. Yeah, I think there's less than popular. Seen it or heard the name, but. Yeah, it's good to know. Not the weekend or something. I guess you have your own place. You have it. Yeah. Yeah, today, that's fine. Are you in the same class? Okay. I don't, yeah. I understand. He's told me stuff, but yeah, like, yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm here but at the same time, it sounds like I'm seeing the challenge. Yeah. 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 It's good that she'll be like it's a shorter size. And this is hopefully yeah, I think so. Yes. And he was a little bummed because schedule. They're more I can't imagine. Wouldn't you have a lot of yeah, figured it out.
What's your least favorite flavor?
I'm considering.
My favorite's yellow.
Because do you need, well, you want to be full time.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, my dad said he has to check that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might have.
But yeah.
Okay.
Aww, you know, that's cool. Okay, I love
Just for fun.
I have a question. Celebrate this fireworks.
It's like I was in the event today and there's all these parties. I guess that's why I'm wrong. But it's amazing.
No, I just
Same with songwriting.
so I will okay, so we're gonna do
Just an answer and all.
Oh, I've heard that story.
I didn't know.
Can they tune now?
yeah. Well, all I'll tell you. Okay, just look at something. So she's gonna do. People can come in during my speech, and then the whole they're gonna come in during this act, and he goes wrong, and then everyone's gonna have one.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's Carmine and Ella and Dylan. Let's come.
Whoa! You good? You okay?
Thank you all for coming to
She's the narrator.
Oh, yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's on live stream, so we can circle back. Yeah, like the other. Lynn's got a number of ways. That's true.
All right, on.
I was in the hot tub. I heard a scream. It was like, what's going on? She like somehow wiped out the bowl of strawberries and threw it up on the strawberries.
You know what was funny? Is Lucas, Diego, and Carlos were outside. So they were pretty good. But like every time was passing through me, I was like, you know, he's my rescue. Literally.
Make sure your phone's on.
Hi everyone! Thank you so much for coming. Welcome to the stage reading of Powerless. My name is Lauren Biedron. I'm the vice president and co-producer of West 4th Stage Company, and I've had the pleasure of producing this stage reading. Great, a couple of things. Turn phones off if you can. Video and photography is allowed, just turn your flashes off.
I want to say a huge thanks to our band, our director Alan, our writer Will, assistant director Grace, Jess, our music director, our stage manager Anya. I'm scared of forgetting everyone. Cool, and then our whole board who's been instrumental in putting this together. It's been such an amazing experience, a development process. Things have changed within the past few days. Songs have been added, songs have been cut, lines have been added. It's been the show is completely different than how it started, and it's been such a pleasure to work on it. A couple of things. We are on a kind of a times constraint. We have to be out of the room by 9, so that's why we started at 6:20. Thank you so much for being so flexible about that. The intermission is going to be at 10 minutes. It's going to be a hard 10 minutes, so maybe think 8 and then be back. We're going to start right away, and then once the show is over, the actors are going to filter out, come back in, grab all their stuff, and then if you want to congratulate them, talk to any of the creatives, just head out to the hallway to do that, so we can finish cleaning up the room and getting our band out of here.
Okay.
Cool? Okay. Without further ado, please enjoy Powerless.
Powerless, a new musical. Prologue. Ancient Greece. A priestess addresses an assembly of Athenian citizens. As the days grow longer and the snows melt from the field, let us give thanks to the gods for the bounty to come. Thanks to Zeus for his cool, refreshing rains. Thanks to Apollo for his warm, revitalizing sun. Thanks to Dionysus for the fruit of the vine and the sweet madness they bring. Thanks to Aphrodite and her son, winged Eros. For as the spring brings new life, so too does it bring new love. Ross emerges from the crowd listening. Though dressed like any citizen, he's clearly not of the human world.
In the shadow of Mount Olympus, where the olive and fig trees clear, hide the figures of Greek antiquity. If you thought we were lost, surprise, we're here. In the shadow of Mount Olympus, any secret can disappear. So we hide away from prying eyes, hour by precious hour, endless power under our disguise. For the gods, rule the earth and sky and ocean, keeping things in motion, evening all the odds. For the gods look down on fools and smile, and that's how we will stay for a long, long time.
A distant horn catches Ross's ear. He quickly retreats. And thanks to Gaia, Mother Earth herself, who makes all these other blessings possible. Mount Olympus, where a sumptuous banquet has been laid out to celebrate the first day of spring. The 12 Olympians are already seated as Ross arrives.
Hi, Ross, here you are.
Give me, Mother. I was distracted by mortal celebrations.
What will I do with you?
Ahem. I'd like to say a few words. The shadow of Mount Olympus, we are blessed with a noble cause of a bulwark against calamity, of a pillar upholding nature's laws. No one said that the work was easy, but I think we deserve applause. So let's raise a glass and give a cheer, toast in celebration. Every nation's lucky that we're here.
Ares catches Aphrodite's eye and flirts with her. Aphrodite's husband, Hephaestus, pretends not to notice.
To the gods, to the gods. Look at all this ancient beauty. We have done our duty. Let us have our lots. For the gods are right where we belong, and with us watching over, can anything really go wrong? Stain Ugea Mas.
Stain Ugea Mas.
Centuries pass. A Renaissance-era scholar gives a lecture.
So many of the advances we enjoy are built upon the foundation laid by our ancestors. From astronomy to politics to art, these ancient societies had insight that belies their primitive understanding of the natural world. And our present era of rebirth gives us a glorious opportunity to rise to even greater heights, bringing the best of our history with us, and leaving superstition in the past.
Back to Olympus, or rather a villa in the foothills of Olympus, where the gods hold another spring banquet. A few chairs stand empty.
I miss the palace. The view from the mountaintop was so beautiful. I know, dear. We miss it too.
Yeah, but mortals are getting bolder. Someone's bound to reach the summit eventually.
At least then one mortal would still believe in us.
Aries.
Oh, don't tell me you don't feel too, Athena. Are we really content to let our temples sit abandoned? Or worse, become tourist spots? We used to be honored, respected, feared. This used to be a day of reverence across the land. Now look at us, crumbling statues in dusty museums, footnotes and human history.
Come now, they still need us. They don't realize it, kiddo, what they do.
Kiddo.
For our path is like an arrow straight and true. And as long as we stay faithful to our cause, they will heed us, as when grandmother entrusted us this week.
Yes, God.
What we mean to them will never disappear. In story, rhyme, and song, our legacy is strong. And who's to say an even brighter day won't come along? Keep patient, son. The good we've done will have its just reward. I'm sorry, are you bored?
I don't have much patience left, and Guy has been asleep for centuries. What does she know of our struggles?
Even in slumber, grandmother is always with us. If we were to lose our way, she would be there to steer us right.
You really believe that?
I believe in the one who helped us topple the Titans, who gave us everything we have. If I didn't believe in that, what could I believe in?
That's a good question. I hope you figure out the answer.
Hey, Ross.
I don't mean to intrude.
Sit down, you're late.
Welcome back, Paris.
Let us ring in another beautiful spring together as a family.
Centuries pass. Another lecture. The present day. Syd addresses her students.
The myths that stick with us, or the myths that stick with me, aren't really about the gods at all. They're about people. The extraordinary heroes destined for adventure. The humble citizens tossed around by fate. The mighty shield that shatters. The acts of kindness with unexpected rewards. The gods have their designs, but without mortals to interfere. What are they left with?
The banquet again. It is meager, with only Zeus, Ares, Aphrodite, and Dionysus in attendance.
Let's get started, shall we?
Aren't you going to wait for the others?
I think it's just us this year.
They're with us in spirit.
Let's just wait a little longer. I'm sure Eros is on his way.
Diane, leave it alone.
After the banquet, the gods retire to different parts of the villa.
In the shadow of Mount Olympus, it's a truly perplexing thing. Feeling winter a breath away from us, as we're welcoming in another spring.
It's reason enough to grumble, but there's reason enough to sing. And we sing a song of ancient praise, telling ancient stories, ancient glories, filling up our days.
watching over, can anything really go
With
wrong?
this watching over, can anything really go wrong?
Watching over, can anything really go wrong?
Scene 1, a college quad. Ross sits on a bench, people watching. He notices a transfer student studying the campus map in bewilderment. An attractive RA notices and gives transfer directions. The transfer, tongue-tied, thanks the RA hastily and starts to scurry off. Ross suddenly extends an arm toward transfer, stopping them in their tracks. The transfer returns to the RA and asks their phone number, which the RA happily gives.
Ross, I'm so sorry. Class ran over, and then I had all these emails that Nico needed me to answer immediately
Hey,
for some
Syd.
reason.
It's okay.
He greets her with a kiss.
How have you been holding up?
Oh, another week, another 20 essays to grade about Oedipus.
Oh no.
And don't get me started on the discussion sections. I swear these days I have more econ majors than classics, and they're completely checked out.
Typical.
Makes me wonder if I'm cut out for this at all sometimes. You'd make a better TA than me. Maybe those finance bros would listen to one of their own.
One of their own.
Someone who doesn't remind them of their high school librarian, at least.
Don't say that. They're lucky to have you.
Oh, I know that. Someone just needs to tell them.
I'm not one for getting up in front of people. I'd rather work behind the scenes.
Never know until you try. I still think it's a shame you're not pursuing some kind of arts degree. You have such smart instincts about those things.
Yeah.
But I get it's not necessarily a practical field of study.
Oh, that's not.
I'm sorry. It's none of my business.
No. My business is your business. I can always look into it later. I have plenty of time.
Yes,
And you're a great teacher.
I try. The semester can't be over soon enough. I'm due for a vacation.
Oh, spring break wasn't enough?
Is it ever? I hope it's not too late for us to plan something for the summer. Between this class and my dissertation, I barely know what I'm having for breakfast tomorrow.
I hear that. I need to go home at some point and see my parents.
I'm sure they miss you.
And I miss them.
Are they coming to graduation?
No.
Really? After all the work you've put in?
They're so busy and.
Sure, but come on. How often does your kid get his master's?
More often than you'd think.
I guess. Still, I was hoping I'd finally get to meet them, even if they do take you for granted.
You will. Someday.
Ross's smartphone goes off, an odd, unique chime.
Oh, I really need to take this. Hello?
Hey, friendo, what you doing?
Excuse me.
Ross rises and finds a more secluded area. Dionysus appears, and Ross addresses him directly.
Dionysus, why are you drunk dialing me?
I miss you. I never hear from you anymore.
Okay, I gave you this line for emergencies only.
This is an emergency.
Well?
I'm dying of boredom. Zeus is passed out and Ares is in one of his moods.
Look, I can't talk right now. Just watch cartoons or something, and I'll talk to you in hours.
Oh, you're with her, aren't you? Yeah, boy.
Keep it down. If Mom hears you.
Ow, she won't. Besides, are you going to keep your mortal girlfriend a secret forever?
No. Maybe. I don't know. Shut up.
Oh, that reminds me. She's worrying about you.
Of course she was.
Yeah, she's been on edge ever since you bailed on Spring Festival. She still wants to report. You've been too busy by your girl to do your job properly?
I'm doing things my own way. I'll get back to her soon.
Okay, well, just watch out. If Aphrodite gets too antsy, she'll have you back here on a leash.
Thanks for the warning. I thought you wanted me back there.
Well, obviously, but I want you to want to come back. It won't be any fun if you're like a prisoner or something.
Yeah, I'd hate to spoil the mood. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks, Tyler.
Anytime, Arrow Man.
Dionysus vanishes. Ross returns to Syd.
Hey, Syd, I am so sorry. I have to run. My roommate locked his keys out of the room again. Again.
At this point, I'd just let him twist for a few hours, teach him a lesson.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
No, you'd last 3 minutes before the guilt ate you alive.
Oh, I can be plenty petty when I'm really pressed.
Oh, I'll believe it when I see it. Anyways, I should go. I'll see you tonight, though.
See you tonight.
Ross kisses Syd goodbye and gets to work, hopping furtively from tree branch to fire escape to rooftop, scanning the students and faculty commuting below. Throughout the song, he draws couples toward each other.
Come on, buddy. You know the drill. It's just a flick of the wrist. It's just a snap
of a string. That's what humanity hinges upon. You'll hardly know I exist. It's just the tiniest thing. I turned your world upside down and I'm gone. And what a strange kind of fever starts burning within you and will continue to rise. It's just a flick of the wrist makes our hearts get wise.
Later that afternoon, Ross sees Syd packing up for the day. He observes her at a distance.
It's just a twist of the lips. It's just a pain in the gut. It's overthinking that thing someone said. A piece of arm that slips. You don't know how or for what, but you're for sure that there's trouble ahead. There's something new starts to bloom, and each look and each gesture. Oh, you're distressed, you're inspired. All from the flick of the wrist and the shots I fired. Yes, I play the oldest game. It's older than you know. Every match turns out the same, no matter where you go. I don't need a quiver or a bow, because the flick of the wrist, the only tool that I need to make the mightiest fall to their knees, to make an iron twist, to make the heartstone bleed, to do impossible things as you please. It's only business as usual, no mystical wonder. No, you're not under a spell. It's just the flick of the wrist that I do damn well. No matter how far from home I go, the work keeps me connected, reminding me what was always so, and where I still belong. And if there's a murmur deep within that longs to be more than what I've been, then shut that voice out. I know that the doubt is wrong. I will be strong. I have a goal to pursue. I have a purpose in life. I have a gift and a role to fulfill. There's so much work left to do. We're on the edge of a knife. If I decide not to do it, you will. If there's some good you can do, you should do it forever. Why should I sever those ties? So every day as the sun starts to rise, I crack my knuckles and straighten my spine, because the flick of the wrist is the spine of the divine.
Aphrodite and Ares do ball in the Olympian's villa. Aphrodite is sitting at her vanity brushing her hair. Ares is playing a video game.
Are you nearly done?
No.
Does it have to be so loud?
Yes.
Very well. I can't imagine why you'd embrace violence in your leisure time when you spend so much time around it for work. I suppose I can't begrudge you having an outlet. At least you're not getting drunk with Dionysus or off finding yourself. I don't know what I'd do in this house alone. Bad enough that Eros doesn't even have enough time to come visit. I hope he finds what he's looking for out there. I really do. But he should be home with his family. I can't help but worry.
Sticks take it all!
He throws his controller at the screen.
Absolute dreck these are. No room for strategy, no ingenuity. I'm almost embarrassed that this is what mortals' idea of warfare is nowadays.
What a pity.
So unsatisfying. Ooh, I need a sparring partner. I'm too riled up. I need a female back here like yesterday. She's the only one who can give me a decent challenge.
We're all poorer for her absence.
In the meantime, I can think of a better way to use up all this pent-up energy.
Not now.
Come on, let's. It's been too long.
I'm
working in the garden today. I don't want to get all sweaty before I've even started.
The garden will be fine if you skip a day. They grow. That's what they do.
They grow wild. They get overrun and crowd each other out and starve to death.
Ooh, you make it sound so exciting. Perhaps I should take up gardening.
Stop.
You can cultivate your green thumb all you like, but let's not play coy. You still want me.
I've wanted many things in my time. You were certainly not the first, and you might not even be the last.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Ares moves to where Aphrodite sits and starts to kiss her neck.
I can't get Eros out of my mind. I can't shake the feeling that something horrible will happen
I
out there.
hope it does.
Ares,
Let him get into some trouble. He's not a child. Quit babying him.
he's my son.
He's too soft. Mortals still think he's a fat little baby flitting around on snowy wings.
I hardly care what mortals think.
He'll be back soon enough. Perhaps we need some time away ourselves. Visit some of our old hiding spots, carve out some new ones, steal a fleeting hour away from all your pesky obligations. Make some mistakes of her.
I don't want to make any more mistakes.
Well, as long as we make them together.
I'm not ready yet. I still need time.
The longer you stay cooped up in here, the harder it'll be to leave.
Not yet.
Then, when?
I'll be in the garden. Have fun with your game.
If I dodge to the right, I can sneak up and light up a bomb to begin my attack. Or I could stay in place and defend my home base. With that boozy I got 2 missions back. Either way, I'll proceed and I'll get what I need. I can take the day and break through any line. Grab a clip, grab a gun, let it rip, and it's fun and it's fine. Ah! What is wrong with her? What the devil is wrong with her? Now it is getting along with her is more and more a study in denial. What has happened here? Something horrific has happened here. Gets more impossible year by year to even make the woman crack a smile. I'm a man of action, tenacious to the core, but I ignore a challenge I never had before. Goddess of wild desire, meet the god of war, and it'll all be so wild. But her hair is turning gray, and there's poison in her tongue, and I need to find a way to before things came strong. The world and we were young. Hera and Zeus, they were inspired. They made a battle of each precious day. Once they were young, wildly admired, circling around in a furious play. He seems around, she's always jealous. Mountains will quake every time they would fight. Now they split up. Better they tell us. She flew away by the shadow of night. But everything was right whenever they reconciled. The old days were pretty wild. It should be like that. Always Olympus should be like that. If she just came back to me like that, I know that things would turn out fine. Keep an eye on Zeus. Maybe he'll give me a good excuse. If I get ready to tie the noose, then everything will bend to my design. We'll spring to action till Zeus is on the run. They'll work out all their tension, and once the tension's done, that's when we'll remember the fighting is the fun, and Aphrodite will be mine. And again we'll all be one as a family hand to fist, and the world that we've begun might remember we exist. How sorely we've been missed. She can
addresses the unseen assembly of freshmen.
Few, if any, of the stories we know can be traced back to an original author. They were developed over decades and centuries of oral tradition, repeated, embellished, transformed by the teller. We are very fortunate to have the written records we have, but the world of gods and heroes they portray came alive on the lips of the teller, and still do, even today. The reason these stories stay so resonant, remain a cultural touchstone the way little else can, is because with each retelling, a little peach of the teller sticks to the story, and even if it's a tiny speck, it can never be washed away. Now then, we only have a little more time, but I wanted to open up the floor to you guys. You must have some questions. Or comments? Or complaints? It's awfully quiet. Familiar, this quiet. I've lived in this quiet before. The deafening prudence of diffident students who need help remembering how to explore. You bow to the pressures of friends and professors and parents who don't think you're smart. I'll give you a piece of advice I wish someone had told me at the start. Ask a lot of foolish questions. Be inquisitive and don't be afraid to be wrong. One who never dares to speak out of fear of looking weak never learns how to be strong. Ask a lot of foolish questions. Though you hide behind a poisoned professional mask, you do better to assume 20 others in the room share the question you would ask. My first 2 years of college, I was shy. I waited for the perfect thing to say. Eventually, I had to wonder why, and kindly, firmly tell myself to get out of the way. Now I live for foolish questions. Live to satisfy that hunger for answers inside. If I let that overpower my pride, I could have saved a lot of time. Asking a foolish question's not a crime. So sometimes in an essay, let an argument run wild, and when it's time to step back and review, you may wind up with the ramblings of a self-indulgent child, and I can only say I hope you do. I would too. Ask a million stupid questions. No, it's not what more conventional minds may devise. Curiosity is key. Question everything you know. Hell, you ought to question me and go learn this for your own. But I think you're gonna see every day brings the inevitable surprise. Asking the foolish questions is the way that you learn to be wise. And that's my time. Good luck with finals, and if you need anything, you know how to reach me.
Scene 4. The village foyer and drawing room. It is sumptuous, verging on ostentatious. Zeus is sorting through mail.
I don't know. I don't feel like going anywhere.
All the more reason for a change of pace.
Can't we talk about this later? Hermes left me all these bulletins to deal with.
These can wait.
I'm just getting into a good rhythm. If I stop now, it'll be months before I can get started again.
And they'll still be here in months. No letters from Hera still?
Not even a postcard.
Maybe she's gone for good.
Hera? No way! She'll blow off some steam and be back in a year. Or 10.
What about you? Don't you get to blow off steam? Take a trip. Have a night out. Meet someone new so you stop sulking so much.
Like who?
Anyone you want. Summer is on its way and you'll have your pick. Nymphs bathing in the streams. Shepherd girls in the fields, eh?
Oh. No! We're not going there. Spent too long in hiding to go screw it up on a mortal affair. I'll obey grandmother and behave myself. Unfortunately.
And do you think Hera's behaving herself?
I think I would know if she wasn't. Anyway, even if I want to, I can't leave.
You sound like Aphrodite. It's not like we're tethered to this place. You're as free to come and go as Hera or Eros or anyone.
You seem to forget I'm king.
Oh, yes, how could I when you keep reminding me?
I have a lot of responsibilities.
Yes, so many notes to flip through, looking busy. You can't tell me you haven't been itching to explore a little.
My itches are none of your business.
That's hardly true. They're responsible for some of my finest soldiers. Speaking of which, Dionysus. Tell your father he needs to get out more.
You need to get out more.
Thanks.
You know what? You're right. I need a trip. I'll go visit Poseidon.
What?
He and I haven't been in touch lately. We're due for a catch-up. I've got to go.
Huh. That is not what I had in mind.
I think it's sweet.
Well, maybe it's an excuse. I like to think there's a mermaid or shipwrecked sailor he's going to rendezvous with, but somehow I doubt it.
You sound disappointed.
It's Zeus! He used to follow his urges into delicious chaos. Now, I don't know if he'd have a fling unless she delivered herself right to our doorstep. Whoever thought we'd see the day when Zeus is more adventurous than Eros?
Oh, Ross isn't that adventurous.
Well, no, I can't imagine he's having affairs with dozens of attractive mortals.
Right, obviously. Can you imagine?
Not dozens, then. Just a handful? Just one?
Oh, I don't know.
Dionysus.
Hey, do you hear some dryads outside? I really ought to get going.
What do you know?
I don't know her. Ross barely tells me anything. I don't even know her last name. Because she doesn't exist.
You may be a son of Zeus, but don't forget you're only half a god and will not suffer to be lied to by a glorified fraternity pledge. And so poorly at that. When I need information, I can get it, but it would be much easier for the both of us if you just tell me what you know.
Scene 5. A graduation function. Syd and Ross stand near the refreshment table and toast to the end of the school year.
Congratulations. You did it.
We did it.
I didn't do it. Oh, well. Got your gift.
Ross, you didn't have to. What is this? Business cards in an engraved holder? You're so corny.
I mean, you deserve to introduce yourself with a bit of flair. Like, you might think it's corny, but I believe in lucky charms. That something with the right object with the right significance, even something as innocuous as this, can have an untold power for us. So when you're at work and you feel overwhelmed or like you're not good enough, you can look at this as a symbol of how much I believe in you.
I don't even want to know how much this cost. At least it's not jewelry.
Something to look forward to for next time.
This might not be the right time to ask, but I've been so wrapped up with my dissertation and you with your finals that we haven't really talked about the future.
Oh, right. Vacation. You know, I haven't thought much.
No. I mean, yes, but I mean, our future.
What do you mean? I'm not going anywhere.
I know, but we're graduating. Things are bound to change. What's the plan? Is there a plan?
I'm not going anywhere. I am so proud of you. Let's enjoy the party.
Ross kisses Syd on the cheek, then leaves to mingle.
All of my life I've been taking my chances, playing with fire and yes, getting burned. I always swore I was bound to get lucky. I'd get to use all the lessons I'd learned. Soon enough, I had to get to you. I had to make it. Soon enough, I had to know you. I had to make it. We're gonna make it. Feels weird to say, but I know I can trust you. I'm not afraid of the way that I feel. Don't think I don't see it under the surface. Something you're desperate not to reveal. Soon enough, you're gonna get to me. You're gonna make it. Soon enough, you're gonna show me. You're gonna make it. We're
gonna make it. I won't press my luck. You might not be sure. I know what I've struck, and it is good as gold. Carry your baggage and cling to your secrets. God knows that I have enough of my own. I know that we'll be okay in the long run. If it's important, it's gonna be known soon enough. You're gonna get to me. You're gonna make it soon enough. You're gonna know me. You're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
Ares entered, smartly dressed and impeccably groomed for the occasion.
Pardon me.
He helps himself to the refreshments.
Quite the shindig, eh?
Yes.
I feel terribly out of place at functions like this.
You could have fooled me. I thought you were a professor until I saw your guest badge.
Oh, my. The thought of me teaching? No. I'm just the father of one of the graduates. He's supposed to be around here somewhere, but I can't seem to find him for the life of me.
Oh, what does he look like? I'll keep an eye out.
I'm sure he'll surface eventually. Knowing Ross, he probably got distracted by some rare first edition.
Ross?
Are you a friend of his?
Oh, well, my boyfriend's name is Ross. It might not be the...
Sydney! Pardon me, Miss Adams. Dr. Adams.
Please, Syd is fine.
I'm so pleased to finally meet you.
The pleasure is entirely mine. Ross didn't say you'd be here.
Oh, I almost didn't come. His mother's a little under the weather. I normally wouldn't dream of leaving her, but she insisted I come.
No, I'm so sorry. Hopefully I can meet her too one day.
Oh, you really must come out to visit. We've all been incredibly curious about you. I would invite you this summer, but I'm sure you already have too much on your plate as is.
Actually, my summer plans are very much up in the air. I'd love to come.
Dad, what are you doing here?
I wanted to come congratulate my son on this big milestone in his life, and to be honest, finally catch a glimpse of the girl you've been going on and on about. You know he can't shut up about you. Syd this and Syd that. Isn't that right, Ross?
You're embarrassing me.
Anyway, I was extending an invitation to this charming young lady to see if she'd like to come visit for a week or two.
Oh, Dad, Syd is just coming off of defending her dissertation. I think she's going to be very busy.
Ross? No, I'm not. I would love to.
Can't wait. We'll be in touch with details. Ross, you can give me her contact information.
Oh,
right?
no need. Here, my card.
Perfect. Now, don't let me intrude on you two lovebirds. I still have so much of this beautiful campus to explore.
Ross, what was that about?
What?
Your dad's a total sweetheart. Why were you being so weird?
He's very charming when he wants to be. He's a consummate diplomat. Like, you don't know him like I do.
Families are complicated, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you're not ready to share with me yet, and I would never force that out of you. How bad is it?
It's hard to explain.
Ross, is it really bad?
No, they're my family. I love them. It's just.
This is a big step. It's scary, but we're in this together. And hey, your dad made it all the way out here to come to your graduation. Things might be looking up for all of us.
Ross turns around, and it's immediately scene 6, later that evening.
Dionysus, how could you?
I don't know, it just kind of slipped out. You know how Ares is. He's very convincing.
Don't try to pin this all on Ares. You know how important this was to me.
I'm sorry.
I can't have one piece of my life, one tiny facet that isn't constantly being scrutinized.
I mean...
I should have known better than to entrust my secrets with the god of wine and drama.
Whoa, that is very uncalled for and very accurate. Look, you know what? You can do anything to me if you want to. If it makes you feel better, I can take it.
It won't. What am I gonna do?
Oh, Ross, it'll be okay. You know what? I'll break out some of the reserves. You can wallow for a couple years, and then we'll find a great tribute for her and get you back on the horse.
A tribute?
You know, like a new kind of flower or a tree. I mean, we're bound for a new one. What about constellation? Ooh, I've always wanted to design one of those. What do you think about a giraffe? It's not a giraffe one, is there?
What are you talking about?
Sorry, too soon. Right. I don't even want to think what Ares must have done to her.
Wait, Dionysus, you think he killed her?
You mean he didn't?
No.
Oh. What did he do?
He invited her here.
Wait, I'm sorry. I could have sworn you just said he invited her here.
For dinner.
Wow.
She'll be here in a week.
Wow.
Okay, I am still trying to talk her out of it.
Don't you dare. Ross, this is incredible. In areas of all people being all hospitable, you really know how to pick them. Not that I expected anything
We
less.
cannot have a mortal in here. Especially not her.
Why not?
We just can't. Okay, she has no idea what she's in for. Look at us. We're a mess. This is no time.
This is the perfect time. Look, we've been stuck here for a couple dozen centuries or so. It's been really, really boring while you've been off exploring. We've been holding down the fort and counting years. I don't really recommend it. Look, I've been sitting on my hands. I'm all dressed up, no place to go. And I'm this close to exploding. Olympus was eroding, but a golden opportunity appears. And I know how to spend it. It's gonna be a party like nothing before. The minute she walks through the door, she'll be one of us. You don't want to make a fuss, but I insist. We all deserve it. Nectar and ambrosia and wine from every grave will flow like the waters of Elysium for all of us today. I can see a brighter future starting to take shape. Olympus wins and it begins when you come home to stay.
I never said anything about staying.
Yeah, you didn't have to. You should have seen the way it used to be before things went berserk. We had all the world before us, a never-ending chorus of adoring subjects bidding us to come. Every human being can say there, so don't stay back there in the shadows with your poems and your work. You don't have to be so level. I guess it's hard to revel when you're trapped there under Aphrodite's thumb. We'll talk about it later. It's gonna be a party and you're letting loose. You only needed an excuse to join in the fun. If you're scared to jump the gun, then look to me. It's what I'm here for. Nectar and ambrosia and wine will overflow. We'll drown in 1,000 nights of revelry, exactly like they were. Just a tiny gathering of everyone we know. And I can't wait to celebrate when you come home with her.
What's Mom gonna say?
Aphrodite's gonna love her. I'll help Zeus to stay in line. Ares likes the girl already, Ross, it's going to be fine. And if even for a moment things get awkward, call upon the god of wine. Ow! Keep the night on track, man, I've got your back. I will make an oath that you both get your time to shine. Nectar and ambrosia, I'm honored to bestow to one of the best of the Olympians who finally gets his day. We'll bring back the good old days and let the bad ones go. Olympus wins and it begins when you come home to stay.
Yes! But just for a few days. And then it's back to the city. We'll reassess after that.
Suddenly, it's the following day. Ross is on a call with Dionysus, Ares, and Aphrodite.
And no, we are not inviting nymphs and satyrs. And no extended family.
Whoa, not even.
No. I don't want everyone gawking at her. And the fewer of us there are, the less likely it is someone will slip up and give us away.
Give us away? You mean you're not going to tell her who we are?
Not yet.
Man, you're making my job really hard.
It's the practical choice. We haven't made ourselves known to mortals in 3,000 years. We don't know if we can trust her.
Then why did you invite her?
Aries, you didn't.
Keep your allies close and your enemies closer. Let's find out which one she is.
Neither. She's a person. A wonderful person. You'll all see that. I just don't want to scare her away. We have to keep Zeus distracted.
Oh, no worries there. He's off on some boys' trip with Poseidon. He'll be gone for like a month.
Perfect. Thank you.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Not at all. I just don't want to keep it a secret forever. I don't want to. I want to be part of my life, my family.
We're your family. Please don't forget that.
Scene 7. The villa's foyer and drawing room a week later. Syd and Ross enter through the front door, Syd with a suitcase. It's even bigger on the inside.
It's home. I don't know where everyone is. Oh, hey, Mom.
Welcome home. We've missed you terribly.
Mom, this is Syd.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, well, I hope she has a wonderful time.
Is that them? Are they here? You're here, man. Am I relieved? You guys said you were driving a car. I thought the summer's going to be over before they even get here.
The roads weren't that bad.
That's good. We never use them.
Oh, is there a back room?
No.
This is my cousin. And you met my father?
It's so lovely to see you again. Please, have a seat.
What can I get you? Let's see. We've got red, white, rosé, bubbly, lager, ale, stuff. All right. I bet you're a cocktail girly, aren't you? Name your poison. I've got everything. Have you ever heard of a Medusa's kiss? Ooh, those will knock you right off your feet.
After that trip, I could use a strong cup of coffee. With maybe a shot of something.
Glorious.
I'll put a pot on.
This house is incredible. I haven't seen a view like this in, well, ever. Have you always lived here?
Not always.
I mean, you bought this place? What do you do? Nothing shady, I hope.
As a matter of fact, we built it with the help of some generous donations.
That must have taken years.
And years and years.
Wow, just incredible. I can't tell you how wonderful it is to see a sky like this after 2 years in the stacks.
What was your degree in again?
Classics. Mostly poetry, Ovid, Virgil, that sort of thing.
Romans, then.
Greeks too. Homer. I know, it's dry.
It's libel is what it is. Wouldn't horse my ass.
And drinks for everyone.
He brings a tray of elaborate cocktails out. Aries and Ross each take one.
Are you sure you don't want one?
Not just now.
Well, help yourself anytime. Speaking of which, don't let me forget to show you guys the vineyards. Or if you thought the view of the sea was nice.
Vineyards, I should have guessed.
Ross, why didn't you tell me?
He's very modest.
Aphrodite re-enters with coffee.
Yes, he's just full of secrets these days.
She hands the coffee off to Dionysus, who proceeds to spike it.
What's your label? Have I seen it in the shops?
I doubt it. We have very limited clientele.
Now who's being modest?
Call it a pet project of mine.
He hands the coffee off to Syd.
Here you go.
I think this whiskey has some coffee in it. I feel like one of my freshmen.
Good. As long as you're here, you should kick your feet up and leave everything to us. Man, it's so nice to have people back. I miss playing host.
Oh?
This one used to be quite the party animal.
Still am. Just a cage one. Hopefully not for long.
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, next time you'll come, I'll pull some strings and show you what I can really do.
I can't wait.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm sorry.
Mom?
Don't be. It's just those days were a long time ago, and I'd hate to see anyone fall into old bad habits. We live a quiet, self-sufficient life. We grow our own vegetables, we mint our own wine. It may seem odd to you, but we just want to be left in peace. We don't go looking for trouble.
Zeus barges in from the terrace, soaking wet.
Oh, who knew he was so touchy about coral reefs? Oh, it's bar night.
He takes a cocktail, pounds it back in one massive gulp, and takes a second.
Oh, what's up? Zooberts! Ross is here with his normal girlfriend. We are having a normal time, like normal people.
What? Oh. Hey there.
Hi.
This is my Uncle Zubert. Uncle, this is Syd.
Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? We haven't had a visitor in ages. Make yourself at home.
Nice to meet you. I hope we didn't come at a bad time.
Oh, no, not at all. Just having a nice, refreshing swim. Keeps me young, good for the circulation.
Let's get you cleaned up, darling.
A little salt water never hurt anybody. Perhaps you'd like to join me sometime?
Oh, I didn't know we were this close to a beach. I didn't pack a suit.
Well, in that case.
Syd, why don't we go check out those vineyards now? Dio, you'll show us around, won't you?
What, now?
Yes, let's go.
I'll finish my coffee first.
Take it with you.
What a nice girl. Should be staying long?
Yes.
We'll see.
This is getting interesting.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. You still haven't heard from Hera, have you?
What? No, why?
Oh, no reason. I just think I owe her a visit.
Scene 8, Dionysus' vineyard. Dionysus leads Ross and Syd on a tour.
And up here, you can see rows extended up toward the mountain. The less nutrient-rich soil makes for smaller grapes, which with thicker skin, which aren't much to look at, but make for fabulous reds, and are deeper in color and higher in tannins. And let me tell you, these tanned ins are a 10 out of 10. Okay. So the higher elevation allows for more direct sunlight, and the slope of the ground allows for water and cool air to descend upon the grapes, which protects them in case of an early frost.
He continues onward in pantomime. Ross and Syd linger behind. Are you okay?
Me? Fine. Totally fine.
Ross,
I just hate that I dragged you into all this.
You didn't drag me anywhere. I wanted to come. I gotta say though, eccentric millionaires. Never would have guessed. You don't seem like the type.
What type is that?
Disconnected, self-absorbed. You're so down to earth.
I'm glad you think so. They cast a long shadow. I'm the baby of the family. Still trying to figure out who I am outside of that.
No wonder your mom doesn't like me.
What? No, she's just not used to company.
Like I said, families are complicated. It doesn't need to be a problem. At least not a big one.
Oh, we should get a move on before the sun goes down. Doesn't make sense to look at the vineyards in the dark.
I can't wait till the sun goes down. This far from the city, the stars must be so bright.
They are.
Even growing up, I couldn't see too many stars. And then at school, forget it. I'd have to settle for looking at the lights of the city and pretending I could make out constellations in them.
I remember. That's how we first met.
That awful party. Too many people, the worst music. We went out on the fire escape and there you were. No cigarette, no phone, just watching the night. I was surprised to see someone else out there.
Me too.
I thought we were gonna leap right off the fire escape.
Startled me. I get lost in my own thoughts sometimes.
Syd watches the sun dip toward the horizon.
Curious things, constellations, nothing but dots in the sky. Find myself wondering why we still pretend to see a bear, a tree. Poets ascribe them a meaning. Hard to believe that they're wrong. But sailors, if you're made it back to shore, by following their light. And I am no sailor, no grizzled explorer, no pioneer blazing a trail. But faced with that venture, I won't shrink in horror. I'm glad to set sail. Sometimes when my world is in shadow and the anxiety is there in the sky above you, almost your feet
more than any nighttime sky. My path is made much brighter by the light of connections I make here on the ground. It was overcast the night we met. The city lights would have been too bright anyway, but on that fire escape, I could have sworn that I saw the stars brighter than I ever had. I'm sorry, I'm not making any sense.
No, I know what you mean. Look now, there's a light that's inside. It's a light I believe in, come what may. Shining in around and above you. Just remember I love you, and I won't go away. Though the stars may be out of sight, there are points of light to guide us till break of day.
I'm really glad I'm here. Don't worry about her.
A lot.
Nothing I can't handle. Oh, I think that's Venus.
What? Yeah, I think you're right.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
As evening falls, Ross and Syd return to the villa. Aphrodite pulls Ross aside.
Eros, tell me, is this keeping you from your duties?
No, not much.
I don't like to tell you what to do, but be careful.
I will. I always am.
That's my boy. I have a task for you.
Aphrodite hands Ross one of the letters Zeus was sorting earlier.
Of course. I'll get to it first thing in the morning.
No, it has to be done tonight. There are so many lonely people in the world. She'll be here when you get back.
Ross hesitantly takes the letter.
Thank you, darling.
Scene 9. Hera's hideaway. Hera lays on a couch fanning herself, tumbler in hand. Athena examines a tome, her spear within easy reach. Once the storm rolls over, as it should within the heart, then what lovely possibilities are opening like a flower. Shall we have a bit of music or another whiskey sour? Once the storm rolls over, see no one ever tells you how the tables turn. Life is fucking crazy. I'm with my concern, for the world can be a playground, so long as you can stay grounded. See every perfect day ground down to glittering sand, and you hold the secret of life in the palm of your
Hail, sister! Hail, home in peace.
Oh, sure you do. How did you even find us?
You're not exactly good at covering your tracks. Your husband may be deaf to rumors and gossip, but I followed the trail of unpaid bar tabs and unsolved property damage straight to your door.
Hera, I told you discretion.
I've been on my best behavior.
Vacation's over. It's time to come home.
No thanks. I'm having the time of my life.
You certainly look cozy, but Eros has come back home.
So?
He brought a friend. A special friend. A mortal friend.
Does he know what he's doing?
How would he? Who would ever tell him?
Maybe his father?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Eros is a good son. He wouldn't do anything foolish. And Aphrodite won't steer him wrong.
You're right about that. If anything, I wish he'd be a little more foolish. But, you know, he's not the one to worry about.
Lights up on Syd and Zeus alone in the drawing room of the villa. Syd sips from her mug. She's a little buzzed. And then, of course, you run into things like the jewel case, which have no modern equivalent. I feel like I still can't find a translation that isn't twisting itself into a pretzel.
You're exquisite.
No. Really?
Are you surprised?
Shouldn't be.
To be fair, he hasn't tried anything, or hadn't when I come to warn you, but he had that look in his eye. You know the one.
You are trying to rile me up. Don't forget it. I am a new woman. I am centered and I am flourishing in my inner peace.
Aside from the property damage, Ares, this is exactly what not to do.
I'm just a concerned citizen making a report. This girl may not be Helen of Troy, but one can never be too careful. And Zeus can never be careful enough. Oh, who was it? Europa. Small little princess of somewhere, or, I don't know. Preferred horses or birds. The people. You remember what he did? He turned himself into a bull. And animal lover that she is. She strokes his fur and tends his hooves, and well, in matters of the heart, I try not to judge.
So how long have you and the boy been together?
About a year.
He's moving awfully fast to bring you here after such a short amount of time. He must really like you.
Hasn't felt short.
If I had something as fetching as you, I wouldn't leave our love nest for at least 5 years, maybe 10.
That's a weird thing to say.
The truth is weird sometimes. I'm not gonna let that stop me. Only the fools read the rights and the rules and don't dare disobey. Idiots all who are happy to fall back asleep. Mustn't resign, we could dance, we could dine, or drink apricot wine till the morn. Take a deep pull, let's grab the bull by the horn.
Of course, the bull was just the one time. Other times he changed into an eagle or a swan instead. I don't really know how that helped, but clearly he knows something I don't. Because he always got his way in the end. Maybe he's just that charismatic.
Play a sport of an animal sort, it's not great or risque. Wolves in disguise with inquisitive eyes on the shade. Yes, we're in luck, we'll be running amok while the farmers all shucking corn. Take a deep pull, let's grab the bull by the horn. There are ballads to be sung, there are bells which must be rung. So be thankful that you're young in your prime. From the top we need to seize all these opportunities. We can stop the search for reason in the rhyme. There isn't time.
And of course, there's the matter of offspring.
Oh no!
Oh, yes. Imagine if another Minotaur came on the scene. What would Gaia do then?
Why are you saying all this?
Don't you want this? Deep down? Haven't you been waiting for the opportunity to show Zeus what a new woman you are?
as your foibles and flaws are cause for dismay. Don't be too wise because life is a prize you can't keep. Think what you miss in a touch, in a kiss. It's for moments like this you were born. Let it take you unawares from the bedrooms just upstairs. Here's the answer to your prayers. So grab it by the horn.
Hera barges into the villa, Athena and Ares close behind.
My darling, where have you been? I missed you.
Oh, you never change. Can't you think about the consequences of your actions for a second?
Thank you for your concern. I'm sure this is all.
Concern for you. You love the little toad.
Okay, wow.
Hera, what gives you the right to even look at my husband, much less consort with him? Where did this arrogance come from? How did we ruin you so badly?
Ma'am, you are welcome to him. I did not encourage this.
You can't help it. It's in your nature. You're just temptation on legs, spreading and spreading like some sort of fungus.
Well, some fungi can be quite, delicious.
Don't you miss it? You and I ruling together, warmed by the glow of our divine birthright. Until all of them came along and suddenly I wasn't good enough.
Darling,
Oh, don't, darling.
you will always come first. You're my wife.
Yes, I am. And I'm doing what any self-respecting wife would do. What I have always done. Fighting with all of my strength to get those bitches out. Who is this person? Look at me. I've been run out of my own home and nothing has changed. I am sick of it. I am sick of it.
Wait, don't! Whatever went on between you two, I swear.
This is the end for you.
Sorry I took so long.
Get back!
Spirit self-destruction, I must call on you once more. Come and give to me your strength as you have always done before. My request again is simple. Exact vengeance on this whore! Oh my God.
Don't touch her!
She's not breathing. I can't get a pulse. What did you do?
I said don't touch
We
her!
need to call a hospital.
Listen to me when I speak to you.
Syd, you're wait in the car. I'll take you home.
You'll do no such thing.
She's a part of this now.
No, she isn't. She's not even supposed to be here. You invited her.
That doesn't matter. She's here now.
Syd, go. I'll be right behind you.
Someone get her.
Save it! She can't get far by herself. Now, Zeus, help me take Athena upstairs. Hera, you come to see if you can undo whatever you just did. Aphrodite, check the library, see if you can find any of Athena's notes to help us.
I heard yelling and screaming. What happened?
Good timing. Help me move Athena.
Okay.
What about Eros?
Stay out of the way.
They exit, carrying Athena's frozen body.
I knew this would happen. I knew it would happen. Why didn't I stop it?
This isn't your fault.
How stupid could I be?
Anyone can make a mistake. I learned a long time ago that getting tangled up in mortal affairs is a bad idea. We'll just have to do something about her.
You are not gonna hurt her.
Who said anything about hurting her?
Mother.
I'll talk to your father. We'll sort it out.
He won't listen.
She can't put it all together. And even if she did, who would believe her? We'll just deposit her back in her old life. It'll be like none of this ever happened. As long as she never sees you again.
That's not gonna happen.
Darling, you know things can't continue as they are.
No, they can't. We spend every single waking moment hissing through our smiles. Every argument becomes an epic poem for the files. I just want to grab the car and let the engine run for miles. I can't stand another night of lying wide awake in fear. Whispers of what might have happened ringing in my ear, and the voice that keeps on telling me to wait another year. I gotta go. There's no denying things are bad. I'm guessing that there's worse in store. I'm going all alone. It's good. I need the chance for something more. Let me be free. I need to breathe the open air. And maybe it's not fair. All the same, I know. I gotta go.
You don't mean that, Eros. We're your family.
Is this your idea of family? Is that what your kind of love's about? Is this your idea of family? I'm sorry, but you'll have to count me out. All the 100 million weeks silence by me in blur. When I honestly believed that we could stay the way we were. Well, I finally see the truth. The truth looks very much like her. We don't go. It doesn't matter where we go. It doesn't matter what we do. As long as it's away from here, away from them, away from you, the world is wide, and she will be my guiding light. I don't want to fight, I don't want to cry, still I know it's right. Please don't ask me why. And when we make it through the darkness, there's a world out there that's dazzlingly bright. We've gotta go away tonight.
Eros, I understand how you feel.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Eros is so
We are in a crisis. We do not have time to coddle his precious feelings. Eros, go to your room. We will handle the girl.
Absolutely not. We're leaving.
Don't make me ask again.
Don't make me answer again.
Stubborn little. Fine. You leave me no choice. What? Since when did you become so strong?
Eros, how are you doing that?
Go get Zeus. He'll be able to help.
It's already too late.
Diet, come on! Damn it!
Eros, please, you're making a terrible mistake.
Goodbye.
Ross exits. Aphrodite runs after him but can't bring herself to cross the threshold. He watches in despair as he returns to a terrified Syd and drives off into the night.
The world is wide, and she will be my guiding light. I don't want to fight, I don't want to cry, still I know it's right. Please don't ask me why. And when we make it through the darkness, there's a world out there that's dazzlingly bright. We gotta go away tonight.
End of Act 1. There will now be a 10-minute intermission.
Careful of the board, everyone. Okay, Anya, or back it.
Going so well.
I think someone just had it. Oh, okay.
Thanks for coming. I didn't sorry.
No, we're obsessed with it.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah. I saw you eat it, but I didn't know. Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
No, before you guys got here, she like
face plant. Yeah, right. And then my mom texted me no context. Hey, are you okay? Oh, they can hear me. Oh, that's it. Sorry.
I think mine has been. Mine
Oh, they
has
can definitely hear me right now.
How's your crazy schedule?
I know. You've never been. I don't think you've ever been. I think you usually can. It's not a. You have to see it after.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't planning that. Yeah. Right when it ends, we're gonna. I texted you. We're gonna move those chairs backwards. Okay.
I'd rather all chaotically ejected at the end.
How's it going? She's interested. Yeah.
Oh, I got lost. I'll just jump right
It was bad. It's like Sonya was like, yeah, they don't know. And there's like
Act 2, Scene 10. The villa's library. Athena's comatose body is stretched out on a chaise. Hera is tearing through the stacks, rifling through books.
You're still awake. It's almost dawn.
How could you sleep at a time like this?
I get cranky if I stay up too late.
Athena was our warrior. How could she fall so easily?
Maybe you don't know your own strength.
Who's to say it couldn't happen to me, or Aphrodite, or to you? Our divine protection has failed us, and there has to be something in one of these books that'll give us an answer. Some homecoming. This wasn't supposed to happen.
What was supposed to happen?
I don't know! I didn't think that far ahead. Stop asking me questions. The last thing I need right now is more questions.
Athena wakes with a start. She is within her own world. The others don't see or hear her.
What is this fog inside my head? What is this pressure in my chest? Why are my fingertips as cold as iron? What is this overwhelming dread? Am I to face another test? Have I been caught in my dispense? Keep calm, Athena. You can make it all make sense. Hera!
This is hopeless. I can't do this without Athena.
There, darling. We just have to keep looking.
Why can't they just be written in plain, simple Greek?
I deal in logic and in absolutes, insufferable pursuits. I'm very proud of my station. A mind of intuition never cracks.
When you lay out the facts, you find a clear explanation. Analyze with open eyes, maintain a sense of scale. What good can come from passion and panic? Cooler heads prevail.
Athena drifts from the library to the lawn where Ares is sparring with Dionysus.
Okay, we'll try this again. I'll bob and weave around you, and you try and pin me down.
You got it.
Shh, be gentle. That's it?
Stop, that tickles. What are you doing? Stop resisting.
There's no resistance here, I promise.
Then why won't you?
Hey, that doesn't count.
It did the job.
My brother Ares is the god of war, and I'm the god of war. It gets a bit inconvenient. I won't say he has a strategic mind. He likes to charge in blind, but I was never so lenient. I fish war, accounting for its trivial detail. So lesser men can crumble around me. Cooler heads prevail.
Tap out! Tap out! Hey! What are you doing?
Just seeing how weak Ares has gotten.
Keep it down. He'll probably hear you in Crete.
Good. Let's make noise to raise the dead. Athena included.
Hera is trying to concentrate. Please don't piss her
Oh,
off.
a little late for that.
She can always get more pissed off. And if she comes for you, I'm not making the same mistake Athena did.
Okay, Dad.
Why does that sound so patronizing coming from you? I'm so tired.
I share pearls of wisdom with those who hear them. Shining pearls of wisdom, I volunteer them. One would think, with us so blessed, her future is secure. But look at how I've cast my pearls before.
Oh, Athena, what is happening to us?
I won't be thrown off by this mystery. I'll sort it out, you see. Thanks to Hera, her father. And when I do, it will be my reward. The status quo restored. So please don't ask why I bother. Things we planned get out of hand. The best laid plans can fail. So they can stay impossibly reckless. Patient, brash, and foolish and feckless. I can save my pearls for a necklace. Cooler heads prevail.
Athena!
Charon, why are you here?
I never in 100 million years imagined I'd be coming to collect you. As perplexed as you are.
I'm not dead though. I've seen the souls that drift away from the battlefield. They are colorless. They are dissolving at the edges. They are more memory than mind. Look at me. I'm not like them. I'm not dead.
Perhaps, but you're not alive.
What will become of me?
We don't know. This is unlike anything that has ever happened before. I mean, certainly there are gods and demigods in the underworld, but they're more prisoner than citizen, and we have no intentions of holding you prisoner. Still, I must ask that you come.
But look at them. They need me.
What can you do for them as you are? Come.
Very well. Lead the way. Perhaps your prisoners can give me counsel.
As Charon escorts Athena to the underworld, we hear Ross's voice.
I built a castle of light and air, and ride a horse with wings beyond the sky. I freeze this instant and hold it there to while away 1,000 years gone by. But I'm powerless without you.
Scene 11, Syd's studio apartment. Syd sleeps and Ross watches over her.
paint your portrait across the sky to prove my love is more than just a game. I'd create mountains to catch your eye. I'd change the world to make you feel the same. But I'm powerless without you. We live in an age of miracles, with nymphs and satyrs just beyond our view. But why should that seem strange? The entire world can change because of loving you. Tell me I'm crazy, I guess could be. I could make the snow come down in May. Look at the magic you've done for me. Impossible is not so far away.
I just had the strangest. That wasn't a dream.
No.
Ross, what happened?
How much do you remember?
Your uncle was being a creep. That woman showed up screaming at me, and then everything happened so fast, it's kind of a blur.
That would be his wife.
I'm starting to understand why you're so cagey about your family.
You don't know the half of it.
She was ranting about her divine birthright? Ross, I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
Well, now you know.
Is she getting help?
Help?
Like professional help. I know it's none of my business.
No, my business is your business. And no, Hera's not.
But your aunt's name is Hera?
I have a lot to explain.
Lights dim on Ross and Syd. Charon is leading Athena. They've arrived at Charon's cottage on the far bank of the river Styx.
End of the road.
Here? We haven't even passed Cerberus.
Any further and we might not be able to get back.
Well, that's comforting, I suppose, that you're leaving the option open.
I will have to consult with Hades about next steps. In the meantime, stay here. Make yourself at home.
What, by myself?
I trust you. Play with Cerberus.
As Charon exits, the lights fade on Athena. Lights up on Ross and Syd. Syd has risen and is turned away from Ross.
So you're 1,000,000 years old.
Not 1,000,000.
And so is your entire family.
You think I'm crazy too?
No, I don't. But I don't know why you tell me something like this.
Syd.
Is this a prank? To get me to break up with you? What kind of head game are you trying to play?
This isn't a game.
At least if I thought you were cheating, I'd be upset but not insulted.
It's the truth.
God, baby Cupid flaying about with his bow and arrow.
I thought you trusted me.
I did.
Then let me prove it to you.
What, you'll make me fall in love with you?
I would never do that to you. I like to think I wouldn't have to.
You'd be right. This is stupid.
It doesn't really work like that anyway. I can't outright force anyone to do anything. There has to be something already there. Attraction, admiration, pity. Something. I just coax it to the surface, make it harder to ignore, easier to act upon. It's how flight works too.
Oh, come on.
Just listen. You don't need sandals with wings to take a ride on the mist. You'll find a current that fits in your hand. Pull invisible strings, and with a flick of the wrist, and for a time, wind obeys your command.
Ross lifts off the ground, swooping off the fire escape and circling Syd.
I don't know how you're doing that, but there needs to be some kind of trick to it. A hidden mirror.
No more secrets, ever again.
This is so much. What do we do?
I don't know. I don't care. We'll make it work.
That's not a plan.
We'll work the details out as we go.
Ross, your aunt, your grandmother tried to kill me or worse. And who was that with her?
Athena.
That was Athena? Is she okay?
She wasn't when we left.
You're gods. You're immortal. Is that even possible?
I don't think so. I've never seen anything like it happen before. The only thing I can think of is that Gaia just wanted it that way.
Gaia?
My great-grandmother.
Mother of the Titan? Why would she do that? How could she do that?
Gaia's not like us.
Gaia appears in the background in soft focus.
We may pass for human, but it is something else entirely, like a primal force. All primal forces, nowhere and everywhere at the same time.
Gods have gods. How poetic.
She granted us these gifts, and I guess she can also take them away. At least that's what I understand. It all feels so remote, even to me. She did this once before when I was too young to remember. That's why we live the way we do now and not like we used to. Like the myths you teach in your classes.
Now old wounds are being reopened.
Whatever the situation with Gaia is, it happened a long time ago. It has nothing to do with you or us. Let them clean up their own mess.
I know how the gods clean up their messes, and it usually doesn't end great for any mortals involved.
Not this time. I'll make sure of it.
I know you will, Ross.
Lights fade on Ross and Syd. Lights rise on Zeus and Hera in the villa library.
Hello, children. Long time no see.
Scene 12. Transition to the parlor of the villa a few minutes later. Gaia has made herself comfortable.
Really hoped I'd never have to take this form again. It's so fleshy.
Gaia, your earthiness, can I just say what an honor it is to finally meet you face to face? I get you a drink or a pillow.
I would love a drink. I think I've earned it. Now, would anyone like to tell me what I'm doing here? I didn't exactly drop in for a social call.
You didn't.
Of course, I'm glad to see you, and I'm sorry to intrude. I understand that dropping in here unannounced is rude. You have so many duties, and your schedules must be kept. By the way, is anybody wondering how I slept? It's been a long 50 slumber plagued by nightmares every hour of all the ways the earth can come to harm. It's been a long and fitful slumber till the stewards of my car took one too many sick days, and it sounded the alarm. As forests shrink and glaciers melt, I manage with the cards I'm dealt My patience is in limited supply. And now my long and fitful slumbers reached an unexpected end. And children tend to find out why.
We are glad that you're here to help, Grandmother.
Well, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. Less than half. I hope you have a good explanation for that.
The work often keeps us away from home. I receive letters and bulletins to make that everything is running smoothly.
I see. And what exactly are Hera's duties that she's been away so long? I may not be as sharp as I once was, but I can still read a room. Perhaps the god of lasting marriage is considering divorce. Perhaps the god of thunder's lost his spark. Perhaps the god of lasting battles now uncertain of his course. And say, how many more of you have fled into the dark? I don't think it's too much to ask when Grandmama assigns a task. It's not a task to casually avoid. It's time to rouse you from your slumber, play your duties to the hilt before the world we built ends up destroyed.
Nothing is getting destroyed,
Not really your call to make. Seems like disaster is just around the corner. It tugs at me like the turning of the tide. How will I manage to find a solution without the entire family by my side? I'll need everyone assembled as soon as possible. Surely you can handle that much.
Yes, of course. I'll get on that right away.
That won't be possible.
Ares?
No use hiding it. Athena is injured. Badly. Worse than badly.
Oh dear, how did that happen? Oh, I understand it perfectly. Oh, Hera, you always were so impulsive. I should have known you wouldn't be satisfied taking your frustrations out on mere mortals. I didn't target her. She jumped into my path. That's ridiculous. Why would she do that? Don't tell me she came for your throne. I expected better from Athena of all people. She didn't. This is worse than I feared. Truancy and petulance I can handle. I'm in no mood to quell a revolution. 2 generations of family warfare. I foolishly hoped were over thanks to you. What a disaster to wake and discover the whole of these stories happening anew. It seems my long and fitful slumbers even longer than I know. To wake up on the precipice of war. The gods are dwindling in number and there's further yet to go. I really blame myself for never waking up before. And you? You've been quiet. Are you behaving yourself?
Leave her alone.
What happened to that glimmer in your eye? You used to have so much sparkle. Now look at you.
For pity's sake, right?
I don't deal in pity. Terribly inefficient. This is an unbecoming expression for the goddess of love. Dimmer still is the soul behind it. You've been neglecting your duties.
No, she hasn't.
I do the best I can.
Do you?
Yes, I do. My son assists me. He's a great help.
Where is he now?
Off having a tantrum.
Chasing some girl.
A mortal girl. Ugh, that's so disappointing! I don't have the stomach to have little demigods running around. Or a minotaur.
That was one time.
He's getting rebellious. That's extremely dangerous.
Eros isn't like that. He would never hurt his family.
You'll understand if I don't trust your judgment. This may call for a complete restructuring. A reset.
A reset?
Wipe the slate clean. Some earthquakes, a few unseasonable hurricanes. Start over fresh. New continents, new animals, and possibly
New gods? Wipe out everything? If Eros or his children come back to declare war, it'll be the same result. Don't you remember the devastation that took place when you first took your thrones on Olympus? Oh, perhaps you were too busy luxuriating in your victory. As fascinating as all of this has been, I'm still out of sorts from being woken so abruptly. I trust this villa has accommodations for me.
Of course, grandmother.
If anyone wishes to speak with me, I'll be in my chambers, making preparations. It does take time to whip up storms of this scale. If there's a different path ahead that doesn't end with millions dead, I'm open to whatever you suggest. It would be such an awful shame to have to turn it all to dust, but closing shop right just before the best. Maybe then I'll finally get somewhere. Oh, bring me a nightcap, Roger.
Don't she scary? That could have gone worse.
What is wrong with you?
She's bluffing. Of course she's bluffing. She wouldn't go that far.
She would.
I think she's serious. She came here in person. She always left it to an oracle before.
There are no oracles anymore.
Yeah, you kept sleeping with them.
Had to reward their devotion.
And so what? If I did? Have you any idea the enormous amount of pressure that I'm under? You know what it's like? Holding this household together, century after century.
Clearly not, since you've been failing so spectacularly.
Oh, I'd like to see you do better. You haven't even been
Would
here.
have made a difference if I had.
Will everyone just stop?
Aphrodite runs out of the room in distress.
Aphrodite.
Ares catches up to Aphrodite in her greenhouse.
Aphrodite. Be calm.
Don't tell me to be calm. That thing has returned and all any of us can do is bicker.
Don't talk about Gaia that way.
Why not? You resent her as much as I do.
Well, at least she's here talking to us, rather than sending down edicts from on high.
She's just giving edicts in person.
You can negotiate in person.
Of all the times to look on the bright side, you understand you caused this, don't you? Why did you bring Hera back here, not to mention that girl?
I did it for us. For you and me.
That makes no sense.
It made sense at the time. Look. Zeus and Hera were the rock we all stood on. The friction of that relationship kept us galvanized, kept us on our toes, kept us alive. I miss feeling alive, and I miss seeing that life in you.
That can't be the only reason.
I also wanted Eros back with us.
So you could keep an eye on him.
So we both could! I knew you were worried,
You know that's not what I meant. You just want to make sure he toes the line.
Is that so awful? Guy has a point. There's no telling what he'll do.
Ares, you know better.
I know that heartbreak changes a man. I underestimated how far he'd be willing to go for this girl. I didn't think he'd throw everything away like...
Say it.
Like you. Aphrodite, you know, I don't hold what happened, I don't hold it against you. Okay, it was a long time ago. It's in the past.
The past is upstairs napping. And at this moment, I hate you for bringing it back. Please leave me alone. Please come home, son. I can't take this. Eros, make this right. Please come home, son. Don't abandon. I can't stand another night. If you have disappeared beyond the sea, then what is left of me?
She kneels amid her garden, gently caressing the flowers.
At the start, my heart was I never dreamed of more. I remember fields of violets all along the paths I took. I remember gorgeous men I never gave a second look. But the flowers bloom and wither in a day. The rivers turn to crystal overnight. The birds destroy their nests and fly away. And all that remains of your famous loves is a crumbling bouquet. So I can't much trust forever. Who could ever trust a lie when everything that stays in time would fade or die? But you came to greet me, and once again I knew what no indiscretion could give. A constant companion, a harbor from the world, and proof that after all I live.
Otherworldly thunder crashes outside. Aphrodite runs to the window and sees Gaia's storm has started brewing.
At the start, my heart was easy. If I had a heart at all, life was just a childish game, and then it came the fall. Still, I'll always miss the garden. If I too must vanish, then I'll never rest until it blooms again. The world is wide, and I can't hide till the flowers bloom again.
Aphrodite approaches the threshold of the villa and hesitates. Then, determined, she crosses it and leaves the villa. Scene 13. Charon's cottage. Athena is poring over a map on the table.
You returned. You wouldn't mind I availed myself of your resources to keep track about what's going on up ground.
Of course not, milady.
What did Hades have to say?
He sent his regards.
And
you must consider the problem carefully.
How carefully?
You can't rush genius!
I don't have time for this. Why can't I speak to myself?
I told you if you go in there...
And then have him come here!
Hades isn't seeing anyone.
Oh, spare me the bureaucracy. I'm an Olympian, and I'm entitled to an audience with my own uncle.
Hades isn't seeing anyone at all.
Has something happened? Charon, has something happened?
I don't know. All I know is he's completely lost interest in what's happening on the surface. I mean, I thought if anything would make him take his job seriously again, it would be something like this. But no. He just laughed. Forgive me, I speak out of turn.
There's nothing to forgive. These are extraordinary circumstances. When did this begin?
I don't recall. Some 4, 5 years. hence.
Years? Oh my goodness, it must be chaos in the underworld.
That's the curious thing. Operations haven't been affected in the slightest. I mean, I do my part, of course, but more and more when I come back from ferrying a soul, I notice that dozens and dozens of others are already well on their way there without my guidance. Sometimes I start to wonder if I'm even necessary at all.
I see.
I know it's ridiculous, but come to think of it, I mean, you're the first soul that in a long time that wasn't already well on its way here. I mean, perhaps you're right about not being dead.
I have a job for you.
Scene 14, Syd's apartment. Syd paces anxiously.
We should go somewhere else. Hop on a plane and go anywhere as long as it's far away.
Look, if they wanted to find us, it wouldn't matter where we went. But they don't. We're safe for now.
Eros, I'm so glad you're still here.
Oh, sticks. Mom, why did you follow us here?
You were angry. We all say things we don't mean when we're angry.
Go away, Mom. I said what I needed to.
You didn't mean it.
I meant most of it. I can't believe you followed us here.
I know this family can be difficult, but please, darling, be reasonable. Look at the sky. Those clouds, that sickly color, the way they almost bubble like boiling water. Have you ever seen clouds like that?
No.
Neither have I. Not in 3,000 years.
Are the gods causing that?
Not exactly.
It's not my problem. Take it up with Zeus.
This isn't something Zeus can solve. Nature itself is rebelling. Gaia is restless, and we need you home.
Me? What for? What does this have to do with me?
You are of her line. We all have our role to play.
She can't possibly care about my role that much. I'm your errand boy.
You're my son.
And why now? I mean, out of all of the bickering and tantrums, why do you think I'm the one disturbing her? I mean, Hera put Athena in the coma, and I'm the problem?
I know from experience. I can't sit idly by and let you make the same mistakes that I did.
Mom, what?
I tried to run once. I dreamed we could find a new life. Me, you, and
Not that. You would never.
no, he wouldn't.
Then who?
He was a hunter. He was immortal. Never bragged about his strength or skill with the bow. But he had a focus behind his eyes when he worked, a piercing intensity that could cleave diamond. You were still so little then, and one spring day I brought you to see him, and when I saw you in his arms, saw how those focused eyes shined when he looked at you, I let myself dream. So we fled, but where could we go that we wouldn't be discovered? You and I were dragged back to Olympus within days.
And the hunter?
Set upon by a wild boar. It looked like an accident. It was very convincing. After that, Gaia gave us a choice. Abdicate our power or withdraw from human eyes, and so we withdrew. Love made me turn my back on everything Gaia had worked to build, and we paid dearly for it. I wish you could have known me in those days. I was shallow and capricious and naive, but I was full of life and a hunger. When the boar's tusk pierced Adonis's heart, that woman died also. I only feel a flicker of the fire that I cling to. I feel its warmth when I look at you. Please, Eros, come home. I fear for what Gaia will do to us if you continue down this path, and I fear still more for the pain you might suffer.
You're telling me all of this so I'll suffer less.
In time, you'll understand. I don't doubt your feelings for her, but this is the best for her as well. Please come back.
I can't do this.
Syd?
Go with her. I don't want any part of this.
Please,
I
told
thought I could do this, but I can't.
I love you.
I know, Ross.
And you love me. I know you
Not
do.
like this. I can't love you like this.
Yes, you can. We'll get through this.
No, please don't force me.
Okay. I am
so sorry.
Where's the wild boar?
I beg your pardon?
That's how it always goes, right? The mortal lover is punished for her arrogance.
Arrogance has nothing to do with it. Our situation is extremely delicate. I take threats to our security very seriously.
Right. We were doomed no matter what. At least this way he might forgive you eventually.
Never, ever cross our path again.
After a moment, Charon emerges from the shadows.
She really has changed.
Who are you?
The ferryman. Peace, child. I mean you no harm.
The hell you do!
That is not my role, nor would I wish it to be. I come at the behest of another.
Hades.
No, Athena.
Then she's.
Across the river, yes. She's taken a great interest in me. She would grant you an audience. Will you come? Your caution is commendable. She bade me give you these as a show of good faith.
He places a coin in Syd's hand,
There for the crossing
a second coin.
and for the return journey. Now will that suffice?
Why not?
Charon leads Syd to scene 15, the underworld.
Thank you for coming. I feared you wouldn't. I'm sure you have so many questions.
You would think so, but somehow my mind is blank.
Perhaps that's just as well. I don't know how much time you can spare, but before anything else, I must express my deepest apologies. You never should have been entangled in our affairs, but now that you are, I believe that you may be the key in getting us free of this predicament. I have no right to ask, but will you listen?
Do I have a choice?
Yes. You have every right to march back to the ferry at this moment.
I do have one question. Why did you protect me?
I know Zeus. You bore no guilt.
I'm hardly the first innocent person to face Hera's wrath, or yours, for that matter. Do you still turn women into spiders when you feel threatened by them?
Are you trying to find out? I see you've done your research. Not my proudest moment.
I was always so disappointed that the goddess of wisdom could be so petty.
I suppose in a way that's why I defended you. I'm the goddess of wisdom, not wisdom incarnate. I make mistakes, and there's wisdom being able to admit that. Learn from it. The others never learn. So I did my best to keep damage to a minimum. If I supervise Hera, keep my distance from Ares, everything would work out somehow.
So you see them all for what they are and just let them continue? Is that wisdom?
Seemed like the best course at the time. You learn from one mistake and stumble headlong into a new one, but protecting you was no mistake.
What did you want to speak with me about?
I have been communing with Kronos. I wish you could speak with him directly, but for he can explain it better than I. I was not yet born when the Olympians staged their coup, and I don't want to know what we shall face in the next one.
The next one?
The one that Eros has set in motion.
What, Ross? A coup? Have you met him?
Look at what has happened since he came back home.
It's not his fault. He didn't start any of this.
It doesn't matter who starts a coup, merely who ends it.
But Ares
is a dinosaur. All he wants to do is go backwards. That's not revolution, that's cranky nostalgia. The real shift comes after. If there's any opportunity to break this cycle, it'll be now. I want Eros in a corner, and more importantly, you.
Me? But why me?
Because you're not one of us. Because of the connection you and Eros have.
The connection we have.
Do you question my wisdom? Why did you come here?
I didn't have a choice.
Why did you come here?
I didn't have anything left to lose. And I wanted to know what all this meant, if it meant anything. I wish he'd been honest with me.
Would you have believed him if he had?
Maybe. Probably not.
Would you have walked away?
That would have been better. Easier. Not better.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
Tell me what I have to do.
Scene 16. Aphrodite crosses, escorting Ross back to the villa. The wind has begun to whip up, and they struggle against it.
all seem like a bad, bad dream. Soon we can let our lives be simple as they seem. Come to my arms and we'll ignore all that's pulling me away from you. All of the demons perish here and now. Now for the first time I can keep myself about. Nothing will touch us, not while I still live and breathe. And though I still can't tell you how we'll get through the storm, no reason to despair. The wind is on the air, the rain is only weather. We'll always be warm as long as I'm around. I'll keep you safe and sound. We'll brave the storm together.
Lights up on Charon with Athena and Syd on the shores of the Styx.
I don't like this one bit.
I can't let her do this alone.
I bent the rules bringing her here, and I'm bending the rules letting her leave.
Do the rules even matter anymore?
Maybe not, but I don't want to risk it. You need to stay here.
You let Orpheus try.
Orpheus was destined to fail. He was an artist. Do you know how insecure they are? If we thought for a second he'd pass the test, we would have never allowed it. I know mortals are obsessed with cheating death, and I know you won't accept it today, but eventually
Fine.
we'll
I'll do this with you or without you.
Oh my. Very well. If you're able to keep pace with her, I'll look the other way. Hades is going to love this! Oh, God.
I have a million questions I don't have the time to ask. Ice forward breathing steady, ready for a superhuman task. I refuse to lose control. You meet the perfect guy, and just when things are going well, surprise, you meet his family, and they put you literally through hell. I know it in my soul, I've come too far to turn my back on you. We've done too much to run away. I'll stay where I'm needed, stay where I belong. I may not be strong, but I can hang on for the ride. Don't hide, 'cause I'm with you. Soon the dawn will smile. Bathe in its glow and know that I'll be by your side.
Syd charges on to scene 17, the villa.
Idiots! 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 Oh, I thought I could win her back. I thought I wanted her. What did I know? What does she know? Keep moving, keep conquering, keep conquesting your way. I'm a man of action. I stay on the attack. If you want to hate me, hate me. I can take the flag, but the days I dream of are never coming back. What am I meant to do? I'll bring the fight to you, grandmother.
Gaia manifests at his side.
It's true. Olympus is out of joint and Zeus is in no position to correct it. But you needn't tear everything you've built. You just need a champion with the courage and conviction to make it to your liking. The world needs your guidance, and I will stand by you.
You should know I have very high standards. Best of hope you can live up to them. Aphrodite and Ross return, alighting on the terrace as the storm continues to build. Dionysus enters, drawn by the commotion, unseen by the others.
We're back. What's happened?
Aphrodite, it's so simple. I don't know how I didn't see it before. I wanted things to be the way they were, but I was thinking too small. Gaia's right. We need to start over. We'll usher in a bright new age of myth, and I'll be her right hand, brushing away the old guard.
You've lost your mind. You're willing to be her pawn? You'd see us enslaved?
Nope. No. Not enslaved, exalted. Rescued from that mire that we've sunken into.
And what of the mortals under our care? Will they too be exalted?
I thought you didn't care what mortals thought.
We don't have to do this. Eros has returned to us.
Yeah, that's a good start. It's a long past time you learned this place. Isn't that right, Eros? I said, isn't that right?
Yes.
Things are going to change around here. This is a fight for the soul of Olympus. A fight we undertake that Athena's sacrifice will not be in vain.
Let Athena do her own fighting.
Syd?
Oh, is this the mortal girl? I don't know what I expected.
Oh, you're surprisingly fast. I think you can turn around now.
Athena?
Athena! Now this is a surprise.
I should have known you'd find a way. You never could be pinned down for long.
Leave
Getting
Syd.
interesting.
Leave Syd out of this. I mean, why did you bring her? Haven't we put her through enough?
Ross, I'm sorry for what I said.
No, you were right. I was selfish and naive, and I dragged you into this nightmare. How could you ever trust me?
Well, tough. I do. I always did. You're not your family. You're not obligated to repeat their mistakes. I know that, if I know you at all.
I tire of this. Go to your room, Ross. You won't want to be here for what happens next. No. You really haven't learned a thing. Fine.
Ares advances on Syd. Athena intercepts him and they struggle.
I miss sparring with you. Careful, I won't be as gentle as her.
Neither will I!
But she's weakened by her time in the underworld and is quickly overwhelmed. Ross makes a decision and leaps into the fray.
Eros, no, Ross!
Now this is what I like to see. Father and son dueling it out the old-fashioned way. For all the good it does you.
You won't touch her. You'll have to kill me first.
Oh, don't think I haven't counted that option out.
No, you wouldn't dare.
I know I never lived up to what you wanted as a son. I was too soft, too sensitive, too obliging. For as long as I can remember, I lived under the expectations of others. Mothers, yours, Zeus's, even Syd's. You know, I thought I could actually make everyone happy. I was a fool. So I'm not proving myself to you. And I'm not following in your shadow. And I'm not running away.
You're really serious. Also, you can follow after her.
No. So I can walk alongside her and travel my own path or forge a new one. Together. That's what I believe in. That's what I'll fight for.
You always were more of a poet than a warrior. What now?
Well, this has been fascinating.
I'm telling you, he's lost it.
Athena!
What is the meaning of this?
You know, I don't think I've ever been this close to a human before. It's not in this form. Not awake. May I? Such fire in you. Such fear. Such uncertainty. And yet, such tenderness. Such strength. And what you bring out in this one.
Pay them no mind, grandmother.
Hush! Nothing ever excites me at this age. Let me enjoy this. She cares for you very, very deeply, child. It's a perplexing emotion for me to experience even secondhand. I always took such bonds to be largely informed by duty and shared objectives. Pleasant, but practical. There's nothing practical here. Tell me, are there many other humans this nuanced?
There's no one else like Syd. But I've met multiple humans, and almost all of them are miraculous in some way.
Yes. That will do. Can I tell you a secret? For all my years of slumber, I'm still very tired. There are too many pinpricks of light at the edges of my vision. Put them out.
You don't mean...
I think it's time I sleep for good.
You can't be serious.
Why not?
What will become of us?
I don't really care. Perhaps I'll bequeath a bit of my spark into this mortal. She might be surprisingly adept at keeping you in line. But no. I wouldn't burden her thus. We built a great loom, weaving and reweaving the fabric of this world. Leave it to spin. Our task is finished.
No, I refuse. I am not finished.
Finished with this? Yes. In time you will learn to accept that, as I finally have.
Never.
Never. You haven't time to be so stubborn. Not anymore. You ought to make your way back.
course, great grandmother.
You needn't rush.
Farewell! In a great calamity, the storm reaches the climax. Everyone is thrown to the ground. The storm abruptly clears, leaving a crystal clear sky and a heap of crumpled figures. Gaia is nowhere to be seen.
Syd, wake up. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
Don't give yourself so much credit.
Oh, this is the worst hangover I've ever had.
Zeus tries to help Hera up.
Don't touch me.
Just a setback. We'll recover our strength and I'll destroy her with my bare hands.
I think she beat you to it.
Not likely.
The sky. It's
She didn't make us mortal, did she?
No. She couldn't. She wouldn't.
She absolutely would. Whether or not she could, I don't know.
She clipped our wings once. I don't see why she couldn't finish us off.
She didn't finish us off.
Didn't she?
Time will tell.
What? She's your grandma. I don't get it either.
Whatever she's done, at least the immediate danger has passed.
For now. For today, but what if she isn't really gone? Or what if there's a hurricane or a war threatens to break out between human nations? What do they do without us?
What did they do with us?
We'll just have to manage. And so will we.
If we're really them, I have to find Poseidon and the others now.
You don't still mean to.
I need to know they're safe. Now, how will I get there?
Athena begins to pursue him, then stops. Aphrodite stares after him, lost in thought.
Mom?
I think a tiny part of me, deep down, always hoped that it would come to this. Maybe less tiny than I realized. Can you ever forgive me?
Yes.
I was just trying to protect you, trying to protect what was left of my family.
I know, Mom, I know.
I won't pretend to understand half of what happened here, but I think I know enough. You love Ross, and so do I.
Yes. I can't stop you even if I wanted to. Your resolve would that I have a fraction of it.
I'm just a person.
Yes, you are. And you have so many wonderful things ahead of you. Both of you.
But what about you?
I still have time. I've let myself be tied to this place for too long. Maybe I'll take a page out of Hera's book, see the world.
We'll come visit. Or Ross will.
Please do. I look forward to it. It's funny, I haven't looked forward to anything in a long time.
Oh, I tried to grow a garden in a field of dust and stone, and now it's time you grow a love your own.
Eyes forward, no looking back.
But you'll never be alone.
Thank you.
Now go, before I start crying. I hate crying in front of other people.
Not so fast. I'm not gonna let you guys leave without a proper send-off. Have a drink with us.
You want to celebrate at a time like this?
What else are we supposed to do?
Oh, we should. Well,
We have time to figure out what comes next. Let's appreciate being here today.
Besides, I have more reserve than I'll ever know what to do with. Maybe I should start selling it.
Syd, what do you think?
Are you kidding? Now that I know you for you, I want to know everything.
Zeus offers Hera his arm.
what do you say, darling? Win last night? For old time's sake?
Hera breezes by him without taking it.
Only one. That's what annoys me the most about you. Your lack of follow-through.
Everyone gathers around the banquet table.
Will you do us the honors?
The shore we leave behind will fade into the past, and what's ahead, well, no one really knows. When solid land is far away, We cling to what we found today, the family we're born with, or the family we chose.
Syd steps away from the table into a pool of light. She's giving a lecture as when we first saw her. The banquet disappears, all exiting except for Ross, who listens from the shadows.
We draw lines between stars, dividing meaning from what we think we see. We send prayers out to whoever will listen. Anything to find order in the chaos. Some might call it all superstitious nonsense, and they might be right. But once in a while, you do get an answer. A voice in the darkness calling us home or calling us onward to greater adventure. Say it's God, say it's fate, but if you listen closely enough, you'll find it's a voice you recognize. The voice of someone you love. Possibly even your own.
Come on, let's go home.
End of play. Thank you all for coming.